Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 15 Sunday football predictions. Now, without a further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Carolina Panthers, and I got the Panthers winning 26 to 24. I think that this game will come down to the wire, and we're going to be seeing a game-winning field goal by the Carolina Panthers. Now, honestly, Dallas has been doing pretty decent the past few games, but to be honest, just like the Carolina Panthers, they ain't making no playoffs. So I'm expecting this to be a win for the Panthers. Obviously, the Cowboys lost last week on a horrific game, but still, I'd still see them losing to the Panthers being the final straw to their season, and they get eliminated after this game. Now, moving on to the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Cleveland Browns, and I got the Chiefs winning 29 to 18. Honestly, I'm thinking that there's no chance for Cleveland to win this game, but they're going to keep it close up until the end. I think a touchdown will definitely give the Chiefs a lead, and I think, just a thought, the Cleveland Browns would then give up a 2-point conversion by the Kansas City Chiefs to go up 29 to 18. And honestly, there's no room for the Browns in the playoffs. There's no room. The Chiefs, most likely, they clinch a number one seed. Not this week, but pretty soon they will. So in the end, it really comes down to when Kansas City wins, because at this point, are they going to lose any of their games? Probably they're going to lose one or two, but not this one. Now moving on to the Miami Dolphins versus the Houston Texans. And I got the Texans winning 28 to 17. Honestly, Houston, they can't lose this. Not only because I don't think they're gonna lose this, but the fact is they're going up against Miami. Tua's gonna struggle in this game against that Houston defense. And yeah, there's not really much to say about Houston since they are gonna be the AFC South champions, while the Dolphins will be eliminated eventually, maybe even in this game. In the end, it all really comes down to how Tua can perform and if that defense is gonna be able to stop Devon Achane and Tua Tagovailoa, and also Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Obviously, there's no Odell Beckham since he was released by the Dolphins earlier this week. But in the end, it's really going to come down to what the Dolphins offense can do against the Texans defense. Now, moving on to the New York Jets versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm thinking the Jaguars win 16 to 15. A game-winning field goal by don't remember the Jaguars kicker, but he is definitely going to get the game-winning field goal. They're going to go drive down the field from about the 17, maybe the 12-yard line, drive down all the way and get that game-winning field goal. And then, yeah, the Jets, obviously they're eliminated. Jacksonville Jaguars are also eliminated. So basically, this is just Jacksonville ruining their tank for Travis Hunter. Obviously, the Jets, you never know. Maybe they get a top draft pick and select a quarterback to replace Aaron Rodgers eventually. Because there's no way Aaron Rodgers is their future. They definitely have him on the team, but he's not their future. And whether it be him or Tyrod Taylor, who teaches the rookie, they're going to select a rookie, Carson Beck, or maybe if they even get the first overall pick, which I highly doubt, then Shedeur Sanders. But in the end, this Jets team is not going to do very well, although they're going to keep it close against Jacksonville. Now, on to the Washington Commanders versus the New Orleans Saints, and I got the Commanders winning 45 to 20. Honestly, Jaden Daniels going to have a game today, and I'm going to say 5 touchdowns for Jaden, 1 running and the 4 other passing, while honestly, they're going to struggle in New Orleans without Derek Carr. Even if they had him or not, they're going to struggle against Washington. They're going to put up 20, but that's not going to be enough as Washington will smoke the New Orleans Saints defense without a shadow of a doubt. Now, moving on to the Baltimore Ravens versus the New York Giants. And I got the Ravens winning 38 to 17. Honestly, Lamar Jackson's going to let it rip with 4 touchdowns, 2 running, 2 passing. And then we get New York Giants, whether it be Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito, doesn't matter. They're not going to put up a single piece of fight in them. They'll put up 17, but that's probably going to be in garbage time. They're not going to win this game. They're going to tank. They're going to get a new quarterback. And to be honest, that new quarterback may be Shooter Sanders, especially since they got rid of Daniel Jones, which is one of the best decisions of the Giants this year. Now on to the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Tennessee Titans, and I got the Bengals winning 16-14. Honestly, game-winning touchdown after 3 field goals by the Cincinnati Bengals. That would be a 9-14 lead for the Titans, but we see a deep bomb for either T. Higgins or Jamar Chase for a touchdown, and that will be the one that gives the Bengals a win. Honestly, this is going to be a very decent and hard-fought game. Obviously, no touchdowns by the Bengals until the very end, but still, it's going to be like a possible touchdown by the Titans in the first half and one in the second half. It's going to be a very close game regardless. They're probably going to be up 6-7 by halftime, the Titans. But still, it's going to come out to the Bengals winning. Now, moving on to the New England Patriots versus the Arizona Cardinals. And I got the Cardinals winning 28-25. It's going to be a very close game and a game-sealing interception by Budda Baker for the Arizona Cardinals in the end zone. And then a kneel-down, game over. The Cardinals are still in the running for the NFC West. Obviously, they are dead last when it comes to that. But still, they still do have a chance. In the end, it really all comes down to whether or not the Cardinals can actually do enough to win, while for the Patriots, they're just waiting for what draft pick they get. Now, moving on to the Indianapolis Colts versus the Denver Broncos, and I got the Broncos winning 17-12. The Broncos are winning on a game-winning touchdown in the final seconds of the game. Honestly, it's going to be a tough game for both teams, even though I think Denver is indeed the better team and they have a good quarterback in Bo Nix, who they drafted this year. I still think that they're going to struggle, but coming up clutch in the end by either, someone like Courtland Sutton, I think. I think he's going to be the one to get it. Otherwise, it's going to be one of the other wide receivers that the Broncos have, but in my opinion, it's most likely Courtland Sutton to get the game winner. Now, moving on to the Buffalo Bills versus the Detroit Lions, and I got the Lions winning 30-26. Game-sealing interception by the Detroit Lions. That is what's going to be the game ender. I think that Josh Allen's going to probably score 3 touchdowns on the day, all passing. But when it comes down to it, I think that we're going to be seeing a game-sealing interception by possibly, maybe someone in the defensive backfield. I think someone in that area might get the game-winning interception for the Detroit Lions. But in the end, honestly, Josh Allen will play a good game, but will come out short in the end of the game. Now, moving on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Los Angeles Chargers, and I got the Chargers winning 20-10. I'm going to be honest, the Chargers are going to have a okay game. They're going to score 10 in the first half, just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but then at the fourth quarter, they score a field goal and then a touchdown at the end of the game to end it. And to be honest, I think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not making the playoffs. They are most likely going to lose their division if all goes right for the Atlanta Falcons against Las Vegas. In the end, it all really comes down to what team wins and what team loses between the Falcons and the Buccaneers for that division. The Chargers, on the other hand, they're on their way to a playoff run, but as a wild card since they can't win the division. Now, moving on to the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Philadelphia Eagles, and I got the Eagles winning 24-23. Game-winning touchdown by Devonta Smith. And honestly, this is going to be a very tough game. Pittsburgh versus Philly, Battle of Pennsylvania. And to be honest, these are two good teams. One led by Russell Wilson, the other by Jalen Hurts. Now, if the Eagles lose, that gives the Commanders a big opportunity to get the division back. On the other hand, if the Pittsburgh Steelers lose, even though that might give Baltimore a little bit of room to get back into the division championship run, it also ruins Pittsburgh's chances on getting a high seeding. They're probably not going to be the number 1 seed, but number 2, 3, or like if they get 4, that's going to be terrible for them. Highly doubt they get 4, but I think that if they lose this game, they're going to be number 3 or 2, depending on Buffalo. Because if Buffalo loses to the Detroit Lions, that also does not change much for the Pittsburgh Steelers seeding wise. Now that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also tell me down in the comments below, who do you think is going to win today and who is going to lose? Tell me down in the comments below. Now like this video if you liked it, subscribe and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.